Hope things are well. Oh, we got lurkers already. Good to see. I know you're lurking, Cookie, but you said you were lurking, so it's all good. What am I looking for? There! Yeah. It's not calling you out if you volunteer your presence. How are you doing tonight? You don't need to answer that, because I know you're lurking. I should probably change the room I'm in. There we go. Get that out of the way. Boy, that's like full of all kinds of stuff. Fun times. All right. So, a plan for tonight. I don't actually have a plan for tonight, other than it's the last little bit of the freefly event and Drake Day at in Star Citizen. And hey, Squid, how's it going? Hey, look, somebody you want to watch on Twitch? Where? Who's that? We should totally go take a look at. Get a shout out there. Hey, Fizz, how's it going over there? But under the table. I don't know if I like where that chat is. Not quite sure what. So I tended to hang out on this side of the screen, so I had the chat box over here where there'd be lots of room. I might have to change that back, because when M is here, the chat kept getting onto her face, and that's no good. So yeah. You are under a rock, hosted on a different what? Right, for M, I know, right? M, I keep trying to get M on here for more stuff. We were gonna do some more probably Bantu Sims 4 stuff, since that was all her idea anyway. And yeah, it's been an interesting few weeks for M. So so I'm not bugging her too much about it, but I did pass on your guys' well wishes, so we will definitely we'll definitely get her on here again. So Nebuchadnezzar. Why was pass on Welsh? Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I included Riz in that collective, because I know she wasn't there, but I'm assuming that she would have added her name in with, Cookie and you guys. So we have color on the widget. You do have color on the widget. Was there not color on the widget? What are you doing? I'm not even looking. What's the actual chat look like? Lost our color in chat. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm not sure what the another N asked for feature of Twitch. Yeah. Well, this is from a slightly different chat widget, so Lost color, but gain spam ability. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, here's a thing that you can totally use to spam with, but if you spam, you'll get in trouble. It's like, why do you keep giving us the tools to get ourselves in trouble? You make no sense. Color bad, spam good, until you spam too much, and then they have to ban, like, whatever. Anyway. Sometimes Twitch makes no sense to me. Except for the word sometimes. Anyway. I think the idea was to get into Star Citizen. We're going to roll down into... and roll down to New Babbage. Actually, I think I pre-positioned my character there the other night. So we'll go down to New Babbage and we'll go visit the Drake Day Defense Con location, which is a different one from the Invictus Flight Week that we've been visiting all week. And we'll go maybe rent a bunch of ships. I don't know which, if any, will end up, actually flying. I'm not sure I'm going to necessarily rent them all, but otherwise it's going to be a 2-hour stream of clicking through an ASOP terminal doing rentals, which I don't know about you, but it doesn't exactly sound to me like a good time. Might test out a couple of ships that, I wouldn't even bother with ASOP clipping. I know. I know, right? Well, that was the thing, the first day of Invictus, and it's like, wow, it was 6 hours to do like what should have been 30 minutes maybe of stuff, It's like, let's run around the hall, and because you have to run between every single ship in order to rent it, and then there's like 6 steps in the mobiGlas to set them off, and whatever. The ASOP clicking, actually, I'm hoping it's a little quicker than going through the mobiGlas version. Guess we'll see. But yeah, there's not really a lot of plan or rhyme or reason to today. I don't know if anybody else is around that wants to get in. I didn't see any signs of life from a couple of the folks that, at least not so far. The folks that kind of want to get into the game, but, and have a limited time to check it out. Hopefully they're at least getting their time in through other means. So. Like I think for Epic it's is like at least second freefly, I think. So, and hopefully after the other day he managed to get enough grounding in the game to check it out on his own if he's so inclined. I'm gonna have to call Gribble Fret Softline at some point and see how he's doing. So. All good. How's your weekend going? Freefly seems it's a little extra. A little extended. I think so. Well, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 days, I think, this one. They usually run 7 to 10, I think. But, I mean, they've added so many manufacturers and whatnot. I'm not sure how many manufacturers they've added, but certainly with the number of ships. How many days did we have where it was only the one ship, right? So, and it was earlier than I expected, but yeah, for the last 48 hours, it's like every flyable ship in the verse is all there for us to play with. So, oh dear, why am I has the wrong clothes on. I don't know why, but whatever. We got the game going. We're finally loaded in, and for some reason, I'm not wearing my armor. I don't know why that is. At least I have my head, because last time I woke up like this, I didn't even have a head. That was no good. Can't, you know. Anyway. I'm wondering if this has to do with getting killed in third person or something. I don't know. Did I take everything off? I don't remember. I don't remember getting undressed. There's all my stuff. All right, that looks better. Let's see if this magically shows up. Or maybe not. I don't know. Oh, there I am. All right, let's get the chat out of there. Don't need that. All right. Still got fireworks going on. All the noise, but I can't actually see them from the window. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually a little bit surprised how many sort of single manufacturing days seem to be, but some of the manufacturers have really robust lineup of ships now, so still doing lots of fireworks. Should go down. I don't know. They really are. Like, what is it, 100? There's like well over 100 ships in the game now. Like, when you kind of think about it, especially the scale of the way the ships are built, with like each one is like almost their own. You can almost think of it of like its own game level, you know, entirely, right? In a way. Like they're on that order. They're on that order of complexity. So, is the game sound actually any good to hear? I don't know. I'm guessing. Everyone can. My headphones are turned down so low. I sometimes wonder. It's like, can anyone even hear the game? And then I usually, half the time I feed game sounds through a second set of the mixer anyway, so it's louder in my head than it is on stream anyway, because I don't necessarily want to kill headphone users. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll. I'm usually not that necessarily big on star fighting or whatever, but wonder, is there anything at the show floor anymore? No, that's still the 28th, so that'll be over. But the starport, so instead of going that way, we gotta go to the starport, which is this way. You're filling out nicely, Pat's stomach. Yeah, I know. Aren't we all? It's
Careful, doors are now closing.
That was one of the sayings in you know, the military as well. It's like every promotion's, you know, comes with the weight of additional responsibility, generally 25 to 50 pounds. Somewhat telling after you've had a few promotions. And of course, we can see here the streamer effect, because streaming So of course, nighttime. It's all just light reflections of the inside of the tram car. Can't actually, see. Every single time.
Nearing next stop.
Purple checklist, elevators, trams, and nighttime. We're good to go. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That definitely... If you're going to say that there's a pattern, that would certainly qualify as part of it. Not sure if this guy is stuttering or having issues or an NPC that's... It's kind of weird. You usually don't see the NPCs armed unless they're like security. We'll find out when he gets in an elevator because, only NPCs use or only players use elevators. I don't have any emotes. The stupid emote things don't work. We'll just share an elevator with him. After you. Okay, after me. We'll just go for a jog, because whatever. I can't be bothered with going slow. Too slow. Everything's too slow. Especially, this is a big place. Like, there's a lot of places to go. And, oh, finished. Ah! Wouldn't this be intriguing if it was, in any way useful or real? No more Bengal flybys, but they still got the javelin tours going on, I guess.
Tired of travel? Why not rest at the newly renovated accommodations?
That whole process was actually a little better than I was expecting, so. Hey. Let's see if she works here. Hello? Nope. I was wondering if the tell a joke function was working. Maybe it's a different set, or maybe if it's a different statue, I don't know.
Looking for a good time? Be sure to visit Wally's bar in the Promenade. Only a quick ride on Metro.
Yep, more running players. So yeah, it's a different spot. It's down, the top of the hangars. I mean, big red carpet. You really can't miss it. Drake Interplanetary. Yes. I do like Drake. I know certain people aren't really much fans of them, right? Fizz. But, I kind of dig him. Don't have much against Drake, actually. Really? Just like ruffling Squid's petticoat. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. We should totally, The Drake show floor is something else. It really actually reminds me of, what is it? TwitchCon 17, actually, one of the show floors kind of had something like this. It was a lot more neon and computer displays or whatever, but, in terms of, like, the overall architecture or whatnot, But, yeah, I do actually have a lot of fun with my Cuddy. At one point, I was seriously considering the Cat for cargo hauling, but I think the problem with her is the volume. Still not out of the question, but I think she's going to get stuck doing sort of low value long haul runs. And when they broke trading, it was like, yeah, I really don't want to even have to bother with it, right? So certainly for the kind of model that I'm looking at the moment, doesn't make much sense. Don't need to rent a Cuddy Black because there's really no point. Already have one. So how much mess did they leave off on the sides here? Like, you'd think that they would have put in like a hot dog stand or something. But, you know, typical Drake, just like leave the mess laying around the outskirts. What do they got over here? It'd almost be funny, like, if they actually put some Easter egg in behind someplace like this. Like, let's have a door off at the side. It looks like it's not actually used, and then actually go somewhere interesting. I know, you know, those things take about 3.5 seconds before, you know, oh, they'll never find it. Yeah, no, they'll find it in like 30 seconds because players are like every GM's worst nightmare. So I think it's a hubris that a lot of folks run into. It doesn't matter if you're a game master, game designer, or something like that. The collective intelligence of a bunch of players is better than, you know, any single person. So this is the latest entry in the Drake lineup. Somebody we know was actually really digging the cockpit layout on this thing. It actually kind of looks like a xenomorph. Like, tell me it doesn't. You have the very kind of angular look of the cockpit for the red and the black, because, you know, they're very angular and the bars and everything, and then all of a sudden we have like seriously, it looks exactly like a xenomorph. You should have the right in the center there. It's like, or maybe a chin mounted you know, thing to extend and just kind of blast its way through your skull, kind of thing. You know, love the cockpit. Let's check it out. So I've never actually been on the blue before, so it's got the kind of little ante-room for, I guess, a rudimentary amount of cargo, similar to the, I'm guessing, similar to the red. But here, they're in the red, there's the med bays instead. What? Oh, are these Han Solo chambers? They're Han Solo chambers. I guess these are for the captured, you know, bounties. So yeah, you can hold 4 bounties, which, you know, puts it even above the Hawk for that, I guess. You don't have any spare bunks in the back, so, although that's not terribly unexpected. We still got the basic 2 bunks. And looks like the turret. Doorless lockers, so the lockers are wrecked. Well, wow, this is like Mustang or like P-51D bubble cockpit kind of views, eh? You're right, the visibility for that is fantastic. Let's see what it looks like from the pilot seat. So one of the frustrations I have with the black is it seems that even where the seats lift up to give you a really good view, then all this instrumentation still ends up blocking out a whole bunch of the window ahead of you. This is still kind of the case. Yeah, it's a tough one though, because of course you do need the instrumentation to be, you know, ready and visible while you're flying, but you know, this does it in a way that kind of inhibits the actual view. But yeah, no struts or anything. This is glorious. Although you just know that after like 20 minutes, all the windows are going to get scratched and crazed with the new degradation system, and you won't be able to see through it anyway. But yeah, that's really nice, dude. Fizz, I can see why you're digging this. It has thicker armor. Yeah, and I don't see anywhere where there's the actual machinery for the interdiction drive, but because yeah, if we go take a look at the red and black pretty much have the same sort of cockpit layouts, right? Open, says me. Come on. Yeah, so it ends up with all these struts and everything that are in the way, right? So, I mean, I'm only in the black half the time in combat fighting anyway, so. I mean, it's not as egregious as it could be. That one bar is at least taken up by the, you know, the panels. Sideline view actually still isn't too bad, but yeah, these bars do end up being very substantial. I mean, it's not as irritating as say the Connie struts are, you know, long-standing grievance, I think, of, you know, players about the way the struts were set up in the Connie. It's like, it's amazing, great big bay window, and then we put a bunch of struts in the way so you can't actually see it up. I was actually having issues with that, and it was on the Aquila too, which actually has a better cockpit layout. Was it the Aquila? Approaching a space station in the dark, and the dark bar from the window struts, I couldn't distinguish it from the black hole in the stars that was the space station gantry arm, so I kept thinking I was aiming for the space station even though I was nowhere close to it. So oh yeah, do we have anything over in this corner? No, just more. It's kind of interesting they put in this like ridiculous amount of detail for stuff that, you know, you aren't actually supposed to go over here and mess with, I don't think. Weird, eh? So they got two lineups of cutties of the same colors on the right and left side around their centerpiece Caterpillar. One little solo fighter, the Buccaneer. Again, I'm not going to bother with the rental because I have one of these on loan right now. I actually kind of like the look of the Buccaneer overall. It's kind of got the overarching sort of Angel of Death wings with the massive engine intakes. So, and it's got some, you know, beefy enough guns. The performance apparently isn't all that, but I mean it's also an earlier fighter, so of course there's the constant creep of, you know, the newer thing always has to be able to outdo an older thing. So, and Drake Herald, I'm not even sure why. This is supposed to be like a little fast courier messenger thing. I guess in terms of like, you know, Old stuff from Traveler, maybe. That's kind of made sense. I'm not quite sure how it fits into the lore piece. I think it's been around for a while, but it wouldn't fit into my gameplay necessarily, but you know. It does sort of seem like, though, like it's a couple engines with a cockpit strapped onto it. So hopefully it's fast enough to actually make use of data systems. I suppose like lock the data components from outside the ship. I'm just curious. Let's take a look. If it'll open. Will it open? There we go. Never actually been inside of one of these, so. This is definitely a Drake ship, isn't it? Very rudimentary, sparse, interior, a lot of exposed components. Just enough padding that they can pretend they did their best to make sure you couldn't sue them for racking your head off of every single component on the ship, but, you know, because they wrapped 2 of them, you can still beat yourself to death with the other 1,700, but, you know. So, 1 pilot, data station for, I'm guessing, the radio operator, data specialist. Somebody didn't make their rack. There's only like 1 bed. Boy, I guess the 2 guys better get cozy if they're going to be, they're going to be working together. Either that or you're going to be hot bunking, which actually wouldn't be unheard of. Gotta snuggle, yeah. Well, and especially on a rack this small, yeah, you're snuggling. But like, dude, make your rack, especially during a show. Like that's just silly. Anyway. So let's see. A couple speeder bikes, the Herald, 3 Cuddies, the Freighter, Fighter. Is that about it? Yeah, for actual Drake. Captain, my captain. The dragonflies are a little fun. Drake's lineup is it is a smidge light. Well, they don't have the Kraken on display, sort of, but same thing as the Polaris and whatnot. They do have the hologram. This thing would be tempting, especially if like if there is a way to make Star Citizen almost like so that, you know, big ships you could put in on the strategic layer to operate in the Quanta universe. It's like, just go park yourself. So I'm going to tell you where to go park, and I'll assign a couple ships to be your guards, and just sit there and make money for me. Right? Because the thing with the Kraken is was it attack carrier, change the way militias operate forever. It comes to personal defense. One thing you'll never want to be falling behind. Speaking of freedom, often cruel universe Drake into Planetary has made this capital class ship available. All those tasks with safekeeping, those unable to protect themselves. The Kraken is both sanctuary and self-contained war machine where you take on the most daunting adversaries. So one of the now I think the actual straight up Kraken is actually just full on like operational carrier, but in a budget kind of way. It's like it's got some hangars for ships and a bunch of turrets and some landing pads and a bunch of dragonflies in the back or whatever. So lightweight carrier, yeah. So it's gonna be an interesting day when, you know, ships like this really start making their way in. Like, never mind what happened with the Hammerhead and the 890 jump. Like, this is gonna be definitely something else. And it's surface landable too. Yeah, so like four smaller, you know, base here. So then, but then there's the privateer version, which I actually would have been very tempted to, just because it kind of fills a similar role to the Banu Merchantman in that it's kind of a self-contained ship plus market setup. So it rips out a bunch of the interior war fighting stuff to become sort of a mobile logistics hub and storefront / space station sort of thing. So you get to set up shops that the NPCs run, I guess, and you have to run the logistics of resupplying their goods and whatnot, I guess. But it's just, I have my doubts how many people are, even with orgs, are really going to be able to necessarily operate anything on a real business basis in order to get, you know, to really take advantage of what these things are supposed to be capable of, which is why I think it'd be really funny to just be able to drop it into the quantum layer and have it run in like the background simulation of the economy piece. I think that'd be kind of funny. A lot of AI supplementing these ships. Yeah, there would have to be. But it's, you know, I mean, are you going to pay $1,700 for something to put into the background of a, you know, an offline, you know, simulation piece or whatever? No, you're gonna buy it so you can go fly it and blow up other people with it. So load it up with all your friends and all their fighters. It's definitely something else, though. It'll be interesting when they get it up on there. You crash all your ships in the ground at least once. I don't think that'll be hard. I mean, it is ground capable. So this is the Vulture, isn't it? I think it's the Vulture. Yeah. So this was industrial repair or something, wasn't it? Is this repair or is this salvage? Wreckage to wade through, broken shooting enemy, pay for your next round of ammunition, fitting to us. Okay. Oh no, Vulture, yeah, okay. Feed off the carcasses. Okay, so this would be salvage, but it's, I think, lighter salvage. It's the sort of one-man show operation as opposed to the Reclaimer, which is like the Argo Mole of the salvage world, or the Argo Mole is the Reclaimer, I guess, of the mining world, I guess would be more the way to look at it. Or is this would be like similar to the Prospector or one-man show version for salvage as the Prospector is for mining, so. But since there's no salvage in the game, no Vulture, not yet. Oh, Corsair. Okay, so Cheap Man's exploration ship. This is why I currently am running an Aquila, waiting for this one to come up. And it actually did make it on the roadmap recently. Large hull capable of stowing a small vehicle, specifically designed asymmetric convertible wings. Corsair adopts gracefully unfamiliar atmospheres, combat situation, and hot landing zones. Be ready for anything. You'll never get caught unprepared. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's sort of a, I guess, intermediate-ish sort of. It's supposed to fill partially the exploration role, but it also is armed to the teeth in the way that, you know, Drake Lake's doing. And I think this was wasn't this like a winner for some sort of, there's like a community survey, something done about a ship that they would want to see, and this was kind of the concept that came out of that contest. So when I figured on getting in the exploration thing, I figured, you know, this would definitely do as a poor man's Carrack, with far more multi-role capability, similar to how the Cuddy operates, I guess. Because the other thing is this is all the Corsair is all pretty much on one level. One of the difficulties I had with the Carrack is it's 3 decks and elevators and a gripping ramp to get in. It's a commute just to get into the ship and get it started, right? Whereas this is a you know, a far more familiar, you know, open the back ramp, run to the front of the ship, and dust off as quickly as you can, kind of thing. So 2 sideline turrets will be interesting to see how that actually runs for combat. We'll see whether or not the missile complement, you know, manages to make it, or rather the gun complement entirely. This thing's got it had a lot of weaponry. You know, it's gonna have like a 12 o'clock phaser hose. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. I forget where it was on the roadmap. I think it was sort of for later this year, but we'll see. It's been like, I think it was 2 years ago when it was first announced, and it was the first one that announced when they put this on sale initially. It was the first one to get reserved naming for individual ship names. So we're at the point now where I think they're actually in exercise showing ship names on 5 different classes of ships, and basically the rest of them will get on there as they come online and have their sort of skins redone to be able to display the names, and they extend the capability to the rest of the ships. So yeah. That's not bad though. Only 3 ships that it's still waiting on in its lineup and in virtual state, whereas I think RSI there was like 5. 5 different ships that were sort of in the virtual displays that are like, well, one day, we'll be able to get these. Hammerhead. Sure, let's do that. I don't know if we're going to get to it, but, you know, whatever. Yay, Aesop clicking. Already got Caterpillar, Mustang. Yeah, I'm going to rent those. In the mold, don't the improvs. I don't really need this either, but whatever. Might be funny. I might have to do this one manufacturer at a time or something. Gladius. Actually, this might be worth taking a look at just because this one was up to gold standard. So if we get a chance to pull that out to the pad at least and take a poke around. I don't know. We might not. See if we get to it today, maybe tomorrow. This is still like 4 clicks in different areas of the screen. Aegis has a lot of friggin' ships. Look at this nonsense. It's no wonder they had a friggin' day to themselves, eh? Love the skin on the Saber EW. Actually, I'm wondering. Weird thing. I wonder if the Aegis Gladius and the Gladius Valiant are both up to the same standard. There's a question. Anvil, Arrow, the Ballista, Carrick. Oh, that doesn't look right. This was actually kind of fun the other day. We took the Pisces up against a Tonk. It was actually kind of fun. Me. The Hercules had the last word. Yeah, it really did. Big bada boom.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Nolan. There we go.
Big. Bada big boom. Big.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, big bada boom.
Bada boom.
Big
that was
boom, big
that was
bada boom.
it was pretty good though. I thought it was a perfectly valid thing that should be tried out though. Whenever you get a big ship, you have to go through you have to drive things through that ship, and you're doing that with like the little was it like the 51 and the what was it, the P-52, the little snub fighters, shock trails. Shock trails. Yeah, oh, yeah. Is that what they call it? Yeah, something like that. Is this thing actually flyable? I didn't know this one had actually made it to flyable yet, but detonate bombs near the trials, or near the ships. We called it sea training for work cups. They didn't worry about it for, I mean, I'm sure they do that a bit for the ships too, just to make sure things don't rattle loose. But yeah, they were. It was really kind of interesting, first training or set of days on training for workups, and they don't tell you what workups is supposed to be like. I figured, well, it's like any exercise. I'll just have a bunch of alarms go off, and we'll go do our thing. It's like, so I'm sitting in the wardroom. It's kind of like our living room at sea, and so sitting there chatting with the fellow, and all of a sudden you hear this boom, and the whole ship shakes. Those cupboards are rattling, and the vibration and whatnot. I'm like, what the hell? And it really kind of felt like you can imagine being possibly in a truck that's too close to, say, a dynamite blast or something like that. And then the guy that was there with me had obviously been, I was like, oh, time to go do stuff. And off he goes. And sure enough, like 2 seconds later, off go the bong bongs for silly stations. And we're off, doing warfare scenarios and damage control and fighting fires and all that kind of stuff. So fun times, but it's just. But yeah, they basically just take a small charge of dynamite or like a satchel similar to what you might see them throwing, the sappers throw into a cave or whatever. It's not as big necessarily, but yeah, they just kind of throw that over the side and let it go boom. Oh, all the Asperia stuff is up. All right. Well.
I really wish I'd eaten earlier.
Did somebody hear something? I'm wondering if that was the NPCs. These weird whispering things in my ear, and it's like, I'm wondering, it's like, do I have a stream going somewhere in the background that I don't know about, or is that just stuff going on for the game? Recut rock, but not the double rock. There we go. The snubs, the Archimedes, and the Merlin. Freelancers. I got the max. It's fine. Reliance, Starfarer. Is there actually much difference with the Gemini? I don't know. Other than just better guns. You'd think with the number of times we have to like do combat assists for them. They're not necessarily that good. I don't see. So the 600 series is up for rental, but not the 890 jump. Gemini has bigger top turret guns and better armor when that's in play. Okay, yeah, that would kind of make sense actually. So, hey, look.
Wish I'd eaten earlier.
Yeah, that's got to be an NPC. Who's whining about that? Is that?
I really wish I'd eaten earlier.
Yeah, why are you telling me? Why would I care? Is that you? Are you the one that's whining about not eating? There's a food court like outside. You go down the elevators and then cross over where the penguins are and you can grab yourself a snack. This one's kind of rude. I just kind of like ignore anything about the eating. Fine. It's like the clerks. Not even supposed to be here today. Well, of course not. Okay, Mantis. And the Mantis was, a bummery. Yeah, I guess all the good or big stuff is all. I guess the thing with this one is kind of funny. It's an interdictor, so it has to like be. It's like the Blue being able to pull people out of from space, but there's no guns to it. It's got like the weapons loadout of a Mustang. Just a couple of basic laser cannons. So I don't know. Is there anything else I should even bother with? How long have I spent on this? Like an hour clicking through the ASOP terminal. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you can kind of tell who the favorite is for the for the ship department, eh? Like, I swear, Aegis has got to have like about 50% of the friggin' ships and variants here. I think I've taken a couple of these things out in previous streams and whatnot. They're not. They're all right. Get this one up on rental just in case we have time for it at some point. The Reclaimer is definitely like inspired by the big cargo hauler from the original Alien movie. You can kind of dig the music for Drake, eh? It'll also be interesting to see how this ship starts to function once the these doors work properly, because I guess they're not just supposed to open, but you can kind of see the arms there. They're supposed to actually lower down to the ground, kind of like the back lifts on like a U-Haul trailer or something like that, or a U-Haul truck. But I think that's limited by the physics grid issues that they have, so probably won't see it until sometime after which is at the Hull C, I think that's their main sticking point for that particular ship. It's a cargo vessel that's supposed to be able to expand and contract, so it can expand and put out a bunch of branches for Great Big to basically get the Great Big cargo containers attached to it for in space travel. But then all that collapses and folds up once the boxes are removed to a more compact sort of, not quite freelancer size ship, but somewhere more on that scale in order to still land on the planet. So, oh, is this the promo video? I think this is. Yeah, this is the promo video from the Kraken when it was first released. There's the dude in the prospector just having the time. Yeah, tell me that thing's not going to be awesome once it's rolling. 'I can dig it. Hey, dude, down in front. Just wanders up. Oh, is this your blue? Oh, tell me that this isn't like a callback to Fifth Element, eh? I actually haven't seen this one. Wee Woo activated, yeah. %, Fifth Element, yeah. If they don't If they don't catch you within half a mile, they just don't bother. Or maybe it's 2 miles. These guys are really pissed off. Yes. Hello, Dallas multipass. I don't have it there, but you know. I actually don't have that sound clip, if you can believe it.
Inconceivable!
I know, right? But yeah, that just means, Squid, that you are super green. You notice how the screen that we're watching this video on, you can see the reflections of the show floor in behind it. Of course, we don't have the sound on this or whatever, but, you know. This is definitely one of those, there's always a bigger fish kind of moments, eh? Although, you'll notice that as these cutties take off, none of them have blue and red lights flashing on them. It's almost like the lights are like black. Dude, down in front. What is it with people at this convention? Here I am trying to do pyro recordings of the, you know, the video at the theater, and, you know, people keep jumping in front. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's the backwards mining crew. Oh, hey, look, you don't even have to go all the way through the show floor in order to rent. There's terminals right here. You can, like, skip that whole thing. Oh. They ran away too fast. Okay, fine. Fine. We'll take the next one. So, I guess don't just get distracted by the red carpet and just look the other way. Look both ways before crossing the convention floor, kids, and you can find another ASOP terminal to, like, rent everything from there right away. I should probably throw it. Here's the thing for the free fly. Because, you know, free fly and codes and all that kind of stuff. So. We're good for what? Another 3 days? Two days and a bit.
Your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful watch on all personal items.
That's the surface entrance.
From all of us at Microtech, welcome to the new Babbage Interstellar Spaceport.
Yeah, see, there's at least drinks over here. Oh, yeah, see? And candy bars. So the one who was complaining that it's like, go talk to the penguins and get yourself some food. Yeah. I'm not going to bother putting penguins onto rental ships. There's no point. As funny as that might be. For a minute here, I almost thought this was like a playpen. Did you ever see the play areas? It's like, stick your kids in the play area and like keep them contained while you go shopping. That's what it looks like.
Microtech, the Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
All right. What, if anything, should we go do? This is that really weird,
Guided travel,
like, alien fighter, isn't it?
rest at the Nest
Maybe we'll do the Banu Defender first.
located downtown.
Never actually
Passed by a ground.
been on this one, so I think I missed the Banu Day last time there was a free fly. I'm not too fussed about alien ships, but whatever. It's something different to take a look at, so.
Ready to upgrade? Located in the plaza, the factory.
Hangar 4.
Remember, your belongings belong to you. Careful watch on personal items.
Hey, look, we spent so long in there playing with the ASOP terminal, it's daytime now. Oh, dear. All right, let's take a look at this thing. It's kind of funny nozzle design. Kind of like the ornate work. That's kind of cool-ish. It's kind of got a buggy look to it. Doubtless, you know, the various appendages move and things, but I wonder what the options are for switching out the various pew-pews on this thing, because I imagine its usual fit isn't exactly Earther standard. Could be wrong, but these don't quite look like the same ones that we have on our other ships. Alright, it's not quite Flight of the Navigator stairs, but you know, it's getting there. Okay, so fun bed stuff. Now, I think this thing is supposed to be a, is that the bed, or is that like, or is this doors? It's doors. Okay. Enter seat. I'm immediately gonna have to get out of my seat because I left my flashlight on. And that's gonna be very distracting. I'm hoping this is the pilot seat because, you know, it's nothing worse than getting into this game and trying to fly a ship and ending up in the co-pilot seat. That doesn't do anything.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Alrighty. Open, says me.
You are clear to launch.
Launch complete.
Alrighty then. That's a very different look to it, isn't it? See, I told you it was all going to move around and stuff. I didn't expect it to quite go that far, but holy. It's quite the different profile. This is actually not a bad design in terms of like ground stability and whatnot for landing. Like, gives it a nice wide base, not a, and kind of shortens up the center of gravity or whatever. So I can dig it. Like I said, I'm not necessarily that big on alien ships, but as things go, not like horrible or anything. Where are the lights? That looks like it'll be horrible from inside. Let's take a look. Lights? And all we end up with is backscatter of our own ship. That's a little horrible. Overall, the visibility, at least forward and to the sides, isn't bad. Low down and certainly on landing, you're going to have issues, but whatever. Let's see what this thing can do while we're... Really not bad for speed. Like, can't really complain about that. Yeah, all right. I can dig it. Let's go see what it does. Yeah, no shooty well, NARP systems, whatever. It's really not bad for a flying bug. But then, that's, I think, why they're built, is that they're supposed to be, like, half decent fighters that'll... Of course, when you fly an Aurora as much as I do, probably just about everything is more responsive.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Come on, contact ETC.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Landing gear down.
No, that's the other bug ship up there. And yeah. I don't know, he seemed to land just fine. No, he's
Complete. Have a pleasant stay.
I'm not exactly sure what he's doing, but I'm curious who this guy is, so. Oh.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Not quite sure where he went, but you know, whatever. It's fine. It's all fine. Well, check out the maneuvering thrusters on this, eh? The little green spewy things sitting right off the sides there. All right, so what's this thing's got on it? For guns, I don't know. Okay, so not repeaters. Well, that's gonna be interesting. Okay, well, I guess we'll see what kind of power they got to them. We'll have to find some way of actually testing this. Legal monitors? Yeah, we can do those. Okay, it's green pukey time in the, that's a very different quantum look, isn't it? The alien quantum is definitely different. Yeah, I'm not, it's actually really not too bad, all things considered. Just because it's different, yeah.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Okay. I'm really hoping scanning's not broken here. Oh, there's something. Let's go. Apparently they did not get rid of the giant, blue box of doom.
Contact.
This is just me, or I'm not sure the scanner is all that far. Of course, if I got more than 24%, it would probably help.
Contact.
All right, where's our last one? Oh, is that it? I think that might be it.
Contact.
That is the last one. Good. All right. $13 and $16. All right. This is interesting. I actually have to press each time for the trigger. Like, there's no repeat on these things.
Target destroyed.
Wow, it's got 5K range though on these. Okay, that's fun. Oh yeah, I probably should have taken call to arms. Eh? Sitting here in the middle of the mission, finally, getting around to.
Contact.
Let's get rid of the overlay. Oh, and now we have somebody to go play with. I want to see you running a freelancer miss. Oh dear.
Contact.
The gun range on this thing actually outdoes the missile range.
Record? I did not enjoy that at all.
Because, yeah, the guns were effective at in around about 4K, and I think the missiles were only good for 3.
Weapons 2 hot.
I did not enjoy that at all.
Weapons 2 hot.
Can't actually tell if I'm actually crunching this guy or not. I think I am,
Weapons 2 hot.
but at least on this underside here, we're definitely clear from any return fire from his turret, so the only question is whether or not his buddies are going to be able to get into the way before he goes bye-bye.
Anyone else seeing spots? That's just head trauma.
Oh, you definitely have trauma.
Weapons 2 hot.
You'd think he would try something to kind of shake, but
Did not enjoy that at all.
Weapons 2 hot.
Anyone else seeing spots? Or is that just head trauma?
Weapons.
he could roll over and get his turret into play, but he's not doing that. Hey, stop glitching. It's kind of funny that they bring like a missile freelancer and not actually use their missiles.
Anyone else seeing spots? Or is that just head trauma?
Now, I can't complain too much on this because it's not like... I think if I'm in the Aurora LN, I'm not even sure I can crack a freelancer shields.
Record? I did not enjoy that at all.
Good. You're not supposed to.
Weapons too hot.
I wonder what would happen if I overclock these things.
Weapons too hot. Weapons too hot.
Anyone else seeing spots? Or is that just head trauma?
Wondering if it can decide what shield it's hitting or something. I don't know. It's funny that the other, like his backup, doesn't seem interested in closing, so that doesn't bug me too much.
Spots? Or is that just head trauma?
You know, if we're gonna do witty repartee in combat over the radio, you need more than one line, dude.
Are you seriously getting sick?
Oh, I think we must be getting close because I think we're annoying him.
Anyone else seeing spots? Or is that just head trauma?
Okay, I'm not sure I'm really a fan of, you know, this forced semi-auto action on this. Even non-repeating earthly weapons still keep firing at their max rate of fire if you keep the button held down. Might be slow, but at least it keeps going. Oh, there he goes. Only do shield damage? That might explain it. Four size 2 cannons. Singe cannons. A little bit, eh? Ion burst. Is that the problem? It's not actually... No, single cannons. Okay. Ion bursts. Is that the shields? Wondering if... like, does this thing have a... Yeah, I think it might be. I'm just wondering it'd be really ion burst. That's all the thrusters. Beacon, that'd be the hyperdrive. I'm pretty sure. Sicorn, probably the power plant. Polar's the coolers. Burst, yeah, I guess that would be the shields. Just... Oh, another one? Do I even want to bother? I'm not sure I do. Okay, we test out the banded defender, and I'm going to decide that, you know, this is not worth doing again. Or more. If that makes any sense. Alright, which planet's that? That's Eterp. Cleo. Let's go back to Tressler, and we're going to swap out. Best shield generator for its... Yeah, well... Is that this... Oh, the saccharin? So does it have like an ion disturbance field or like an EMP burst or something? That's what I was wondering about the ion burst. Is that if that's like an EMP generator? Because that would have changed the game quite a bit too, right? Just go in, disable the MISC or the freelancer, and then rip it apart, right?
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Anyway, we'll go put this away. We'll get at one of the other. Yeah, just remember the shield gen name. Yeah. Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't even know what button would activate it. Like. Oh, hey, space station.
Hydrogen fuel 75%.
Where did I put? Oh, this is fun. There's a couple. Okay, good. I was like, I turned off the coupling, so, you know, it wasn't actually slowing down the way it was supposed to. So it goes sailing by, hitting the mobiglass as it goes sailing by, danger close to the space station at full speed. That's awesome. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Landing gear down.
No. I'm not sure about the weapon loadout, but, you know, it's kind of a groovy little ship.
Systems off.
Probably should have left the power on just so I could actually see the inside of the ship, but... For what inside there is, anyway. I don't know. Yeah, but the only part I'm not... and, like, I remember, I think a lot of people were really waiting for this. It's like, oh, Banu Defender, Banu. I don't know. But, you know, I was always a fan of the Apache gunships. So, yeah, whatever. Okay, that doesn't need to stay there. Not that I really care, because that's just the loaner, and it'll be gone in a couple days, but you never know. Let's see. Let us... How's this unknown? Whatever. I'm pretty sure it landed, but, you know... Why do I have 2 Drake Buccaneers? Like, no, seriously, why do I have 2 Drake Buccaneers? I didn't rent the Drake, or the Buccaneer. I think. Yeah, see, that's just, it's oh, so weird. Okay. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, like, the Aesop thing, eh? There it is. This guy. The Boog. What? Healer? Come on. Microtech pad 2. Why would you be on a Microtech pad? Hey, nerds, how's it going? Good to see you, buddy. That's really weird. The pad numbers are a little messed up, at least in terms of the notation. I was afraid that it was down on the ship, the planet somewhere. There we go. How's it going, nerds? Good to see you. How are you doing today? You been getting your fill out of the free fly and the ship rentals, or? We were flying around a bit yesterday, yesterday it was, for the court fly. Fizz and Squid and nerds and gods and Epic. Epic was able to join us. That was pretty awesome. Where are you shooting at? It'd be funny if it's shooting at the so ready for Perseus and the Orion. Yeah, okay. Sure. I think we're a ways away from them. There's more weird controls and whatnot. All right. All right. These I'm not so sure about. The sideline windows are actually really kind of cool. And I wouldn't mind that in general, but those are a little extra thick.
Systems activating. Systems on.
All right. This is up and running, up and off the ground. All right, it likes to tilt forward. Jesus, look at the control authority this thing has on VTOL. Like, engines pointing almost straight down, like the mains, plus all the maneuvering. It's kind of weird that they're all on the inside, but like, it's fine for translational, but maneuvering, oh god.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Let's go get out of the way of the extreme maneuvering. Yeah, no kidding. And I mean, like, not even in the direction it's supposed to. Like, I'm not. That was really weird. Did I accidentally get myself oriented upside down or something? It's just all of a sudden I'm sitting by the big spinning wheel of doom. What are you shooting at, dude? Like, seriously, there's no one out here. Unless it's that dude. No, that's active. Okay, at least now we're out of... I'm sure she would. Actually, it's kind of interesting. So she thrusts up fine, and as soon as we slow down, it rotates it around. That's probably what... So there's something about the motion cancellation that ends up with her pitching rather drastically. So, all right. So if we go and get the gear up and go into sort of flight mode, it does the whole B-wing or A-wing thing. Okay, tell me, like, is there a part of this thing that didn't move? Jesus. Like... Holy crap. The number of moving pieces on this thing. Okay, so now let's try the same thing. Do thrust up. That's a lot better. Do lateral. No changes. Good. Okay. Is there a VTOL mode? No, not really. Okay. Jesus. Okay, just a touch on the stick and it's like already... like, I'm barely putting any control into this. If we go all the way over... That's a bit much. See what's... Not as much for the pitch. How's it for yaw? Not bad. All right, the roll authority on this. Holy crap. All right. Well, let's go find an excuse to shoot somebody else, shall we? This has got the same kind of green thing going for the quantum. I love the trails off the pointy parts is actually kind of cool. Watched all 170 episodes of Black Clover. It's a lot of episodes. What's that one about, nerds? I'm not familiar with that one, so.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Squid, is this actually one of yours, or is it just one you wanted? I can't remember. All right, I like how this thing really does change its vector quite nicely. Bought it with Alpha UEC. Oh, okay. So bought it with in-game credits. Oh, no, that's not the scanner.
Contact.
Not sure about the noise it makes. That's kind of weird. Go check on the other side of the station. Getting read out. Maneuvering is something else, eh? There you are.
Contact.
It is actually, yeah. That's actually not a bad. That's not a bad descriptor by any. 15. Alrighty. Okay, let's... I think. Can we get a good look at this over here? Or why not, eh? Oh dear. What do you think? Decent angle? All right. Let's see what this does. There's a couple of repeaters, eh? That's coming apart pretty good, eh? Yay! Barrel roll. Should probably figure out how to reset the camera at some point, but you know, that will be a later problem. Nonchalantly cruise over to the second monitor.
Contact.
What size guns does this thing have? I'm not really sure. Uh, 2K effective range, so... And normally two of them. I'm guessing size 2, like 227 bat or repeaters or something. 2 size 3s. Okay. Lose the gimbals, go to size 4. Actually, that's definitely a respectable load. Well, and this thing is so maneuverable, though. I think there's probably a defensive value just in the speed and agility. Assuming that you can properly take advantage of it.
Contact. Contact.
Oh, there's the other one. The backups are here. One SF distortion or size 4 distortion scatter and size 4 repeater can drop a hammerhead. Really? Huh.
Attack on shields.
You're gonna get in my case about friggin' no trespassing when I'm cleaning up your mess. Mustang is like, you know, starter ship type fighter, and this is what? Yeah, they gotta sort that out. There's no way you should be getting lit up for trespassing right after you finish destroying the monitors for them.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, like, I don't even know what... Right, and now we got our crime stat. Like, I don't even know where your stupid thing is. Yeah, there you are. Like, seriously, you go to take care of their problem, and next thing you know, you got a crime stat for cleaning up the reinforcements. Not a good mission design. Just saying. Yeah. Well, no, it's like, please take care of this lawless problem that we don't have time to deal with. So you show up to help them out, and then it's like, you're too close. Go away. Oh, trespass, and we're gonna throw you in jail now. It's like, dude, really? Like, I'm probably not even going to be able to get back into the station, am I? If I go back to Tressler. I have no idea how fast this quantum is, so I have no idea if I actually have the gas in order to get anywhere else. And of course, the rest drops are all lawful areas, so... yeah.
Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
But yeah, it's one of those things that until you've kind of left the area, they really shouldn't be getting too sticky about it. Yeah. Getting close to the secret meeting area for the politically minded in Hurston? Yeah. Alright, fine. We'll go somewhere else. Where can we even go? Well, we're at Microtech, so I mean, we're kind of hosed for there. Grim Hex, yeah. Well, I'm not even sure I can get there, that's the thing. Suppose I could always find out. All right, 582 clear roads. Find me, and how far can I get with this jump drive? It's also one of those things like, why is there not an option to get rid of it by fine? Oh dear. Yeah. On the other hand, it's also getting around that time. I know it was just a short stream. I don't know. Maybe I can just call it there. This, of course, goes back to the discussion of why are there such penalties to throw you in jail while you're doing a free fly, and people end up getting this kind of thing happen to them accidentally, without really knowing what's going on. It's like liable to kind of definitely has the potential of mucking up the experience a little bit. Have to spend some time breaking rocks. Yeah, well. Yeah, because if I was gonna go to Grimhacks, what I would probably rather do is just space myself. Because that gets me to Grimhacks almost instantaneously. New people won't know. New people won't know what they did if they meant it or not. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the problem, right? That I'm trying to allude to is, people are just getting into the game to try it out, and then you're gonna, only gonna try it out for maybe a day or two, for a few hours to kind of see whether or not they like it. And it's like, well, 10 minutes into a first mission, all of a sudden they're in trouble for something. Somebody comes along, blows them up, and then they get thrown in prison where they have to crack rocks for 3 hours. And I'm like, what the heck even happened? Yeah. Yeah, I figure at the very least they should take into account, it's like, if this is a free fly account, doesn't actually have a game package, like, don't throw them in jail for more than about 4 minutes. And then, like, even the loading times are just ridiculous. At this point, you would go to jail. Press the square bracket if you want to go check that out. And then, otherwise, like, leave it alone. Whatever. Oh, wrong show. Fear keep them in line. The fear of this battle station. Oh, wrong show. Wrong channel. The thing with Batty. Wrong channel. Yeah, so we didn't even get to try out the Hornet. Is there another alien ship? Oh yeah, the Esperia, the Blade, and the Glaive. Wanted to check those out. Pretty sure one of these came by and just ripped apart my Mustang one day. I was just doing. I had gone out of Port Allsard to test, the guns just to see what the loadout was. Next thing I know, I got somebody going by strafing me and ripping apart half my ship. It took like 2 passes and it was done. So it's, whatever, it happens. I don't really want to have to go through the whole process of having to do a hack or whatever, because that just strikes me as being, I don't know. I mean, I could kill myself, go over to Grim Hacks, get a hacking thing. I'm not even sure where you're supposed to be able to go to hack. Like, it's back here on Microtech. I'm not even sure. Not sure it'd be worth it to go the other way. Although I suppose this ship actually might be able 2 size 3s. Took a while, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. You end up building up your crime stat while you're at it, right? Because everything you got about doing the crime stat is just more crime stat. Whatever. Let's... Where is the place to do that on Microtech anyway? It's one of the data centers, isn't it? Or is it any of the data centers maybe? Or is it one particular? Can't remember. It actually wouldn't be too bad if it was like any of the data centers. Let's see. I don't really feel like, trying to figure this out from scratch, so. So I'm pretty sure I have the... Yeah, these are, say, 3.5 or 3.11. Ripper, bug. I'm pretty sure it wasn't just at Korea. Planet of Hoth, yeah, right. We'll see. Maybe I'll just suffocate to death inside the ship. I'm actually surprised no one's bothered hunting me down already. So. Security bunker on Hurston. So a lot of this stuff's from like over a year ago, right? So I'm pretty sure I have the hacking chips that, handy. It's just. I just don't see anything on this planet that resembles a security post, so it's like. Oh, unless that's supposed to be like Outpost. What's Outpost 54? Wow, that's helpful. That's... Yeah, that doesn't really help me. Pretty sure. Okay, I think... Maybe it's only... Well, let's go give it a shot. Worst case, we get thrown in jail again. We'll see if that's the one we want. And we're just going to make sure that we're properly equipped. Utility item. We'll try that one. And we need some... Run the P4, so we'll get some spare mags. Three mags should do it, right?
Quantum travel engaged.
All right. Chances are we're going to get killed in this endeavor and end up in prison, in which case we'll call it there. And oh, for Christ's sake, of course it would be nighttime again. Christ's sake.
Quantum travel complete.
Yep, that's what we're doing, flying in the dark. Planetary descent of... Only place you don't like flying in the dark is New Babbage. Yeah, well, it's very likely the mountains are just going to come up and hit us, but... No, we definitely have somebody's attention here. Did I overshoot? No, there it is. There we go.
Attack on shields. Shield failure.
I'm not sure exactly how much of my ship they destroyed.
Charging. Shields fully charged.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of my ship left. Got more crime stand now, though. Seems to be a couple engines out, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell how much damage I've actually taken. They seem to have shot my lights out, though. Can't actually... Oh, treat. That's a treat.
Attack on shields.
Uh-oh.
Shield failure.
Get out, get out, get out. I don't think I can get out unless I'm converted in the transformer mode to the other version. Alright, it was all very dark and boring and whatever. All right. So I did say that we were going to end up dying and ending up in, sorry, it was all in the dark, but, you know, everything's always on the dark side of the friggin' planet. And that's just the way it is. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Hello and welcome. You have been placed in a cluster so you're interested in our work release program? It's pretty simple.
Okay. That was scary for a moment. Let's see how long I got. I won't inflict it on stream. We'll have to go play with the glaive and whatever tomorrow. I think I actually might get back on here tomorrow. Yeah, 49 minutes. So, is what it is. Sit by our, we'll just borrow whoever's food this is. It's actually not nearly as revolting as you know, I might expect otherwise from this kind of facility, but oh dear, number of times I've ended up having to be, and you know what? It's not even Sienna's fault this time. Stupid trespassing. It's just trespassing. Ooh, stuck around too long. All right. So yeah, might hop on again tomorrow since my schedule is fairly clear. It is a certainly a noteworthy day for my American friends down south. So I hope you enjoy your Memorial Day and take the time to give it the proper respect it deserves. And yeah, well, like I said, I'll see about spinning this up. There's still a couple ships to try. Got 48 hours with them at least, and you know, to carry on the free fly. Don't forget to register for Star Citizen with a code. Create an account if you don't already have one. I know you already have one, nerds. It's fine. The code's right there. The free fly info as well. It's really the same information. Yes, indeed. Yeah, my pleasure, dudes. We'll catch you later, and yeah, gonna roll credits and get out of here. Hope everyone has fun with their weekend and whatnot. Like I said, best wishes for tomorrow. Ready to take the next step in the road to rehabilitation. All right, peace out, all.